Hello, I'd like to describe my build for the Necromancer for the 3.19 league. So some general description. So in this great league, Necromancer lost his passive +2 to minion skill gems, and this is very upsetting for me. Basically one of those factors that kind of ruined this league for me, because I've played Necromancer for a long time. Great pattern here, and kind of now it looks not good. These minions have unholy might, maybe can help, but these kind of bind you only to physical minions and not so great overall. Still, I kind of got Necro because we have a lot of buffs to minion stats here. And I've tried before the league started Elementalist with golems, and that didn't work out well because it was too squishy. Maybe I could kind of figure something out, but I was lazy. I am very lazy this league, so my goal for the league, as of maybe last 3 or 4 leagues, is killing formed. So usually I get to the killing formed, the Maven invitation, and then kind of I usually stop playing in league because I'm getting bored. So that's it. Now I will kind of talk about what this character is and how I've got there. So it can be drastically improved. This is not anyway the final form, and actually there is some idea behind all this, but the main idea is my laziness. So this character has 6.5k HP, 3k energy shield, some resistances, 0 chaos resistance, almost 800 life regen, and 75 regeneration of energy shield per second, which is not substantial.
When I'm ready and not before.
So let's talk about items. I think everything here I bought, so just was throwing money at this character. All money that is thrown here are made by this character. It started when I dropped Aegis Aurora on T5 map, and then I just sold it for 17 divines, I guess, and that kind of where I started to buy stuff. Boots, I think the boots I've got by myself from the ground. Just life, dexterity, move speed, some resistance, and that's it. You can see that affixes from Exile and World Eater are not even set properly. We have some stupid stuff here, but that's fine. Belt, just bought a hunter belt for around 6 or 6.5 divines, like 3 or 4 weeks in. Ghastly Eye Jewel with a taunt and chance to poison and life. So this gauntlets is a bit interesting thing. So they were reworked and now they add 5 level of socketed vial gems. So I've bought +2 to socketed duration gems, corrupted gloves, which gives me +7 to summon skeletal gem. You can see +7 levels from item there. And that makes us our skeletons level 32, which is good. So these gloves also say that -5 level of socketed null val gems, but kind of we have -5 level of multi-strike, -5 level of common damage support, -5 level of chance to poison support, and that kind of is not very substantial. And I think that level 34 summon skeletons just from the stats of the skeletons which have corresponding level, I don't know which is that, is pretty nice for their kind of damage, durability and stuff. Okay, let's go further. So trinket, just again from the ground, something that I've got in the heist, not relevant. Rings, I think both were bought. So they have crafted life, some attack cast speed, increased damage, some resistance, and minion resistances. Almost same here, but with recouped life and dexterity. Amulet, just something that I kind of could bought for not a huge amount of money. I don't exactly remember how much was that, and I anointed golem commander here for +1 golem. Helmet, this is a strange thing because I think we've got it just this league, because the boss that was dropping it was absent from the game until now. It's not the most costful variation of it. I don't remember how much was it, maybe around 80 chaos or something. So I think it can be easily bought because it's a common drop from that boss. So this has an affix that says socketed gems has 80% cost and reservation multiplier, which is good, and I have a stupid enchant here because I lazy to get another one. Weapons. So here's a convoking wand with +2 skills and some damage and cast speed. Just can be bought. Shield. +1 all minion. Increased damage. Life. Elemental wrestle. Pretty nice shield, I'd say. Don't remember how much was it, but still not ideal. Like every item on this character right now, you can get better. So body armor. Again, some strange enchants from Exile and World Eater. Some energy shield. Life from incursion. Resistance. And not perfect craft from betrayal that gives extra life and mana. 6 link was done by craft for 1 1,500 fusions, because I've spent around maybe 1,000 and didn't got to it. Now we can talk about links and gems. Let's start with helmet. So I have a vitality gem, summon skitterbots. This can be replaced with some survivability aura, but I just took it to get some extra damage, because actually I have pretty a lot of survivability and I'd say not enough damage. I don't say that I was in a situation where I lacked damage, but it definitely not high enough. Determination here, level and gem after getting quality to 20% with a craft, like a vendor recipe. Purity of elements. So this could be avoided if I wouldn't take this helmet. So what it does, it gives you increased maximum life, but reduces your fire resistance. It gives you maximum mana, reduced cold resistance, and gives increased energy shield, and reduces lightning resistance. So we are having a huge chunk of our resistance cut off. And it says chaos resistance is 0, so basically I just dropped all my chaos resistance bonuses that I could drop. That's a good thing. So 0 chaos resistance is pretty much okay. So we took a huge hit on our resistances. You can see them, so they are pretty low, almost around 75. And this is with Purity of Elements, and if I will turn it off, we will get kind of around 50, two of them, which is not great. And also Purity of Elements makes us immune to elemental elements, which is fine. So no basically damage auras except skitterbots, because I would be forced to drop either Determination or Purity of Elements, and in this case it would be not okay. Here Flame Dash, Feeding Frenzy and Zombies, Convocation, Vulnerability, Flesh Offering, Molten Shell, Custom Damage Taken Support, Phase Run, Desecrate. Here we have skeletons, so they could get bonus from gauntlets. Multi-strike, minion damage, and chance to poison. So in this patch, like 3.19, we've got amplified damage from poison for minions. From poison and bleeds, from ailments from minions, I guess. So it kind of started being profitable to work with poison for minions. And since we've got added property, minions have chance to poison on enemies for ghastly jewels, it kind of became logical to add chance to poison for our physical minions. My 6th link, we have Raise Spectre here, and Summon Carrion Golems. Spectres took another hit. I think they were again cut in their base level per gem level. That is upsetting for me, to the point where I was posting my disappointment on forums, which is not very great. But I like Necromancer. I like builds with specters. I kind of played them as kind of Pokemon-like game and that was fun. And they keep, like, GGG keeps kicking the dead corpse of specters, and this is not fun. And I'm not okay with it, but still I have specters here and I have golems here, because kind of none of them, kind of quantity of none of them is sufficient for me to use as some main damage output. I actually currently don't know like who does more damage, 4 link skeletons or 5 link specters and golems. For specters and golems I use multi-strike, empower level 4 to get +3 to my active skill gems to golems and specters, which is also was bought. Awaken minion gems support level 5, which grants +1 to supported minion skill gems, and it also gives us 25% less maximum life for supported minions. I think my golems were dying. I don't remember at which exactly encounter, maybe on 10 bosses or something. But specters were okay. Golems can be resummoned, it's not a big deal. And I have minion speed here, which can be replaced. So this is very, very lazy setup. Everything was bought. I didn't craft actually, I think, anything, because it just wasn't worth it. What they actually did, they removed +2 from Necromancer passive from Ascendancy, and they actually didn't remove it completely, but they've put it into the pool of corruption. So now every armor piece has the probability to get +2 to socket +2 to socketed minion gems. So what I should do, I should be getting like 6 links that I like, and I should go and double corrupt them, because I don't think that I will be able to buy something like this, but with a corruption that would say +2 to socketed minion gems. And I won't be doing that. I don't think that this kind of the time that it will take is worth doing. So that's just disappointing. And so I decided to kind of not spending efforts on crafting, because it's easier to just get some currency and keep buying gear until your build will kind of start doing what you want to do. Okay, so I think that was all the gems, all the items. We can go and take a look on our passive skill tree. Okay, so what's going on here? First of all, we have Legion Jewel, Glorious Vanity in the name of Doriani, which gives us Corrupted Soul. What Corrupted Soul says: 50% of non-chaos damage taken bypasses energy shield. And we gave 15% of maximum life as extra maximum energy shield. So we have 6.5k life, and if we will remove this, we will lose half of our energy shield. So that's just an experimental decision, but basically I feel like my survivability raised a bit. Okay, I have like some energy shield here and there, energy shield on body armor. I wanted to replace boots to have like more energy shield, but just didn't get to that. That can be done also. I don't think that I have like any energy shield on my passive skill tree. Let me double check. Oh, just I have one node, and this was taken to get 2% energy shield regeneration. So those 75 points of energy shield regen per second is from this, I guess. What we have here, well, again, a bit more of life, a bit more of energy shield, some durability for minions, duration and damage. This is for skeletons. Anima stone to get one more golem. I wouldn't kind of add 3 more jewels primordial to get another golem, because I think now it's more profitable to keep adding ghastly eye jewel for chance to poison. I have Watcher's Eye with some energy shield regen also. Okay, so cluster jewel that gives us more energy shield, more life. Big cluster jewel, renewal, rotten claws, and call to the slaughter. Rotten claws is good here because I don't have a description. Why? Okay. Okay, so rotten claws I think gives minions a chance to impale, which is nice. Renewal gives a chance to minions for double damage. And regeneration, I guess. And call to the slaughter, just some more DPS. So rotten claws is 12% to impale. Renewal regen for minions and 5% for double damage when minions are on full life. What else? Oh, they removed here passive, the mastery that was giving us more reservation efficiency. We don't have it now, so people have less auras. Another ghastly eye jewel, yes, with 11% chance to poison, resistances, and life, which is fine. So that's basically it, like nothing notable here. Yeah, this Watcher's Eye is not in a good place, it should be moved. I could have here some jewel that will add stats to minions. So okay, so this is that's all I wanted to say about passive skills. What else? Ascendancy. Commander of Darkness for increased damage of nearby allies. More resistances, which is great, as you saw that I have problems with them. Minion stats, minion stats, minion stats, minion stats, more minion stats. My and minion survivability, which is currently great because at the start of the league minions were just dying constantly, which totally wasn't cool. I had kind of my crab killed on a T1 white map. That was not what I expected, and like 30% of physical damage for minions added as extra chaos damage, which should be okay. Also, I think it works for poison damage also. um, like why I am kind of showing this kind of build in this state, because there's plenty of room to improve. I'm tired of this league. Not to give it like very long rant here, I'd say I felt like for a month I was
when I'm
beta
ready
testing
and not before.
this project. Why I kind of didn't give my agreement on this. I was promised a game, a new league, and instead of that I was beta testing some bad decisions. So what I didn't touched. Okay, so bandit lords were slain for 2 passive points. I think I started with Alira to get mana regen, because I was starting with raging spirits, and then I swapped to this through vendor recipe. Pantheon. For Pantheon, I don't know, I'm using Soul of Lunaris, so I get hit less by a crowds of enemies, because I think several my last times that I died, it was in the betrayal research, when you are getting hit by kind of huge amount of people around while you're trying to run through the whole thing. So this is what kind of I've took from the major gods, and from the minor gods I'm having Soul of Yugul, because I just don't want to detect if map has reflected damage for minions, and reduced effect of curse is nice. I didn't got avoid projectiles that have chained, because I don't feel that this is necessary. I am not hardcore, so kind of if I will die because of this, I probably would do like something wrong. I'm not sure that kind of it will hurt a lot. What else? I think this is it. So this setup, I think it can kill a lot more that I've presented. It can be improved by a lot. It can be made more survivable. It can be made to do kind of more damage, to add like maybe a damage aura instead of determination, or maybe kind of worked around skitter bots. So there is room for improvement. Also we can work with Slumlord and put a different Legion jewel, not that will give us defense, but one that will give passives that each will add 80% of minion damage, which you can get 2 or 3 on your tree, and that will kind of add a lot to our minion damage, because currently I have like 525, and that can be improved by 100 more, or maybe even 2 if you are lucky or kind of determined to achieve that. What else? Oh, specters. So this is called Tornmo. Let me get it right. Give me a second. Yes, so this is called a wild Tornmo. This is a harvest mob, and what it does bleed. It has less health than crabs, which are this Primal Crush Claw, But Primal Crush Claw, I think, passively converts half of his damage into frost, into cold. And since I work around physical damage for poison and bleed, it's not very good for me to kind of convert half of the damage into cold, because I believe we will be getting less poison out of it. And I'm not using Triad Grip because I'm using Karis, and I'm not converting anything, so kind of pure physical. Maybe that's it. So if you have any questions, there are comments on YouTube. Thank you very much for watching, and bye.